Hello, everyone. One of the consistent themes for 2023 for me is community. As many of you know, the Business Roundtable identified 5 stakeholders of a corporation and identified communities as one of them. Well, for me, the NASPP is the centerpiece of my equity community. The NASPP is the National Association of Stock Plan Professionals, and with me today is Barbara Baksa, the Executive Director of the NASPP. Barb is a longtime dear friend and one of the supreme technical experts of equity plans. Hey, Barb.
Hey, Terry. Thanks so much for having me here. I'm super excited to be part of the Talking with Terry series. And hearing you say that I'm a supreme expert, I feel like I just got a promotion.
Well, Barb, our community got pretty disrupted in 2020, but you have brought it back in full force. And late last year in Chicago, you brought back the National NASPP Conference. It was a great event. Tell me a little bit about your decision-making process to bring that back.
Well, Terry, I'm really glad to hear that you say that the NASPP is sort of the centerpiece of your equity community, because I personally feel like that is one of the primary benefits that we offer our members, the opportunity to be part of the community, the stock plan community. If you work in stock compensation, especially if you work on the issuer side, a lot of times you're the only person at your company who does what you do, or you are just part of a very small team. It's not like being, say, in engineering where you're part of a very large team. And so it's so critical for your career to be able to connect with other people outside of your company. And that is one of the chief benefits of going to the NSPP conference. And it's so hard to make those connections in a virtual space. So we were super excited to be back in person in Chicago. And I think our attendees were as well. We actually had a great turnout for the event. We were at capacity. We actually couldn't have accommodated any more people. And I had so many conversations in person that I just wouldn't have had at a virtual event.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to roll it back again in Washington, D.C. this year, 2023, September 26th to 29th, I think. So.
Yeah, I am super excited to be back in D.C. as well. It's going to be a great event. Sort of almost ironically, in 2020, we were supposed to be in DC before we had to pivot to our first fully virtual event. So getting back to DC for the conference feels like we are really just getting back on track. And it's going to be a great event. The hotel is a historic hotel. DC in September is going to be fantastic. And even though we've just opened the RFP this week, we are already seeing a lot of interest in the conference. So I know we're going to have a great crowd, and I know we're going to have a really great program.
Besides the national conference, you also oversee a network of local chapters, including Philadelphia. And I work with the Philadelphia chapter aggressively. And I know you're trying to kickstart all of the local chapters to get off of Zoom and get back to in-person meetings as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I know my plan is to get everybody off Zoom, get everybody in their car here in Philadelphia, and get on the Schuylkill and drive to a meeting. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Tell me about that, though.
Yeah, we're really hearing from our members that a lot of them are really interested in getting back to in-person events. Like I said, we were at capacity in Chicago. We're expecting a great turnout in DC. And for one of the things that our chapters do for the organization is they create that same sort of network or that community, but at the local level. And so we are really encouraging our chapters to help meet that need that our members have to get back in person by getting back to in-person meetings. For those of our members who still want to do online programs, we're still going to be offering plenty of online programs nationally. We're offering at least one webinar a month. We're actually really expanding the number of online programs we're doing, but we're really encouraging the chapters to get back in person for those of our members who really miss making those connections.
Me too. Another thing that you're doing to establish community, and really important, I just saw the announcement about it the other day, but you've announced a new set of DEI scholarships for 2023. Tell me about that and that process. That's a great thing to do back to our community.
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, it is all about community. And the DEI initiative that the NASPP has implemented, our goal with that initiative is really to increase the diversity of our community, both among the NASPP membership base and also just generally in the field of equity compensation. And one of the ways that we are trying to accomplish that is through the scholarship program. The scholarships are intended to help people from underrepresented communities get an introduction into the field of stock compensation and to the greater stock plan community. So we're offering scholarships for NASPP membership, to attend the NASPP annual conference, to go through our stock plan fundamentals program, and even to take the CEP level 1 exam. So I really encourage anyone who is from an underrepresented community to apply for one or more than one of these scholarships. The application window is open right now. It'll be open through February 17th, and you can apply on the NASPP website in our membership and communities area.
I love it. Barb, thank you for all the contributions you make to our community. It is invaluable. I appreciate you. I appreciate the NASPP. Thank you for everything.
Oh, again, thanks so much for having me. It's been great to chat with you. I appreciate you too, Terry. And I really look forward to seeing you in DC and maybe even at a Philly chapter event.
Love that. Bye, everybody.